So let me ask you this. Do you test, this test which you do, does it include smoking and alcohol at all?
We don't have many clients that request smoking. We can do that, but we don't have many clients that request nicotine, essentially. We have several clients, and most clients bundle drugs and alcohol, and we do both of those. Yes.
I see. So that's usually bundled. Now, one might say, so what? So first of all, what I get here is that if I could put on my website or in my brochures or in a sales pitch or whatever it is, hang a sign up in the restaurants, our employees are drug tested and blah, 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 spotly, kind of checked, irregular, that this helps for some of my potential clients and existing clients, whether I'm a restaurant or whatever I am, to feel a little more safe. I got that, yes. And I didn't think of that, and I think it's an important part to point out. How we constantly find in a very heavy supervised area like sports, and we constantly find people being caught being for years and years on drugs and having won world championships even. So what's the cheating factor there? I mean, do people out there, people who are the clients, whom you say, hey, my people are drug tested, do they actually care, or they say, yeah, right, anybody can cheat? That, what's the deal there? Shed some light on it.
Well, actually, that's a very good question, and it's something that the government, actually the federal government, pays a lot of attention to. The laboratories pay a lot of attention to, and the collection sites pay a lot of attention to.
Collection sites? Who's that? Who's the collection site?
Well, certainly, we are a collection site, as well as any Quest collection center. It would be a collection site.
The people who collect the species, whatever you call it.
The specimens, that's correct. There is a procedure that we go through by way of explaining to a donor what we're doing and what is needed, and he or she has to sign permission for us to proceed. And then if the temperature is out of range for some reason, in other words, if they give us a specimen that is not in physiologic temperature range, the collector has a responsibility to sequester that urine and do an immediate witness collection. And so the collector, same sex, goes in with the donor and actually watches them deliver the specimen. And there's a procedure in which the collector has to evaluate whether or not that donor has any artificial implants or any bladders or things of that nature that may be holding urine that doesn't belong to them. And so there are certainly people that have tried to do this, and we have had to deal with that in our firm as well. It's always an amusing thing, the number of ways and attempts that people try to circumvent what they've got to go through.
Well, I suppose what you're saying here is, however, and that even though there might be, because if they can make it through, a sports screening, then they will here and there make it there too. But overall, you have lots of precaution, and it's a little bit like, living in in a gated area and have your door locked. Well, the average punk isn't going to break in anymore. It's too much trouble for him. And a guy who really, really wants to do it, he'll probably still break in and manage. But now what you do is you eliminated 99% of it, and that's pretty damn good, for saying it. It's like with everything else, speeding, etc. And sure, you still have some people speeding, and I get my share of tickets. But would there be no police? Would I be knowing that there's no police? Boy, would I be speeding. You know what I'm saying? So
I understand. I think that's a good analogy. I think that's fair. Certainly the techniques that are available today do more than keep the honest people honest. Certainly, we catch people that are trying to deceive. But I'm sure there's always, people developing new technology, and the laboratories are always being required to enhance their assays. And so it's an ongoing process.
Sure. But anyway, you definitely work out the big riffraffs and here and there. And if a guy is that close to be able to hide it, anyway, wonderful.